If you're feeling stressed out, maybe burnt out, and you want to live a more conscious life, you want to have more presence throughout your day, you want to be more focused, more in tune, then stick with me until the end of this video. I'm going to give you the exact steps that I took for myself to get out of that place where I was stressed and burnt out and living a more conscious life with my health, with my relationships, with my finances, everything. Getting that freedom that you want. Before we start the video, let's take a moment to just drop in together. You might be stressed and burnt out right now, and that's why you clicked on this video. So let's just close our eyes for a moment. You might be anywhere that you are right now, and just take a moment. Just take a moment with me. Let's take 3 calming, present breaths. In, let it go. In, let it go. Last one, in, let it go. Beautiful. Now that we're dropped in, let me take you back to about 2 years ago. I was in a place where I had a pretty successful online fitness and nutrition coaching business. I had worked my way and done 10 to 12 hour days for about 2 years of trying to build this business. And I finally got it to a good place. I really started to grow on social media, had this huge following. I had tons of people applying for my coaching, and things on the outside looked really good. But on the inside, I was really struggling. I was stressed every single day. I was very burnt out. I was dealing with some autoimmune issues. I was feeling unaligned in all aspects of my life. With my relationships, I didn't have a great relationship with money. I kept having the same types of girls show up in my life that weren't the type of person that I wanted to be with long term. And that was because I was misaligned with myself. I wasn't in tune. I wasn't living consciously. And this really became a huge problem when I was so depressed and anxious every single day that I didn't even want to be on the earth any longer. And that's honestly where I was at. And I had to really sit with myself and decide, was I going to keep living this way, or was I going to start to change it? Was I going to start to sit with myself and realize why these patterns and emotions and feelings kept coming up in my life? Because everything on the outside of you is just a mirror. Sure, I had a good business, but were my clients getting the results that they wanted? No. Were my friends in my life the people that I really wanted? No. So I had to make some changes, and I realized that. And I finally sat with myself and said, okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make the changes. And the steps that I took to living a more conscious life, and what a conscious life means is that you're just aware. You're not doing things throughout the day on autopilot. You are conscious about the food that you're eating. You're conscious about who you surround yourself with. You're conscious about what you do for a living. And you're present and aware while you do it. You're not just in this stressed out, maxed out state all the time, doing things based upon past emotions and past agreements with yourself and living in fear. Instead, you're living in alignment. So what I did first to do that was I hired a coach, a life coach who really started to help me realize the emotions and patterns that were showing up in my life. He gave me the action steps to find within myself what I needed to get out of my life with that which I was seeking, which was more presence, which was more focus. And he directed me towards somebody that showed me breath work. And I started doing breath work daily. And breath work was a huge catalyst and is a huge catalyst in my life that helps me be more conscious, because it gets us out of our mind, our constant thinking mind, because our mind is just a tool. It's a mechanism that we can use. And it doesn't have to dictate our lives, which for so many of us, for you, probably it does. It dictates your life in every decision. So what breathwork allowed me to do was go within my body, go within myself, get out of here, go within and see what were the emotions and fears and limiting beliefs and traumas that I was holding on to that were showing up in my life, with my relationships, with my finances, with my business. What was inside that was showing up on the outside? And I started to see that I held a lot of childhood trauma. I held a lot of fear. I held a lot of scarcity. I held the feeling of not being worthy. And I had to start working through that. That's what breathwork allowed me to do, was start to release those emotions, release those traumas. And breathwork was something that infiltrated into all aspects of my life. It infiltrated into my relationships, my business, my daily activities, my exercise, because I was becoming more present. Breathwork allows us the capability to become more present in our daily life, so that as we go throughout our day and with each activity, we are present, we are there, we are aware, rather than cooking a meal, but you're thinking about what you have to do in the next hour, rather than going and taking a shower and the whole entire time you're thinking about your worries and fears. What breathwork allows you to do is when you're in the shower, you're present, you're there. When you're cooking a meal, you're present, you're there. When you're eating a meal, you're present, you're there. So that helps you with choosing what food to eat. If you're present and aware about it, like, okay, how is this food impacting my body? Is it nourishing me? Or is it leading to more stress and anxiety because it's processed? So that caused me to then buy more local foods, work with farms, eat the highest quality food, because I knew that if I wanted to be more conscious and live a healthier life, then I need to be eating food that gives me the most nourishment and is also produced in a conscious way, which is food that comes from the earth, that is not processed or minimally processed. So that helped me with my health. So I'm telling you really how to live a more conscious life, but it really came from breathwork and sitting with myself. And then that infiltrated into my relationships, because I saw that, okay, I lacked worthiness and self-love within myself. So that's what I was getting in return. Women that lacked worthiness and self-love within themselves. So we were in a relationship where we both couldn't give each other love. And that created a lot of instability, unstableness. And so I realized that, and I started to work with myself and release that lack of worthiness and lack of self-love, and really start to find that love within myself, because that's what we find when we get present. And so then it allowed me to attract a relationship in my life that is able to not necessarily give me love, but there's just unconditional love there. And it also allowed me to find other relationships in my life with friends where we lift each other up and we grow together. And that came from getting conscious, getting present, focusing on my breath. And then also with my business. In the past year and a half, I've completely transformed my business, because I realized that the clients that I was working with, the reason that they weren't truly getting the results that they wanted was because they had deep locked emotions within themselves and traumas that were causing them to want to lose weight, to want to improve their nutrition, because they had something within that they were lacking. So we had to fix the lack, not what was showing on the outside. They didn't have a weight loss problem. They had an emotional problem. So that's why I changed my business. I still focus on health and well-being, but it's just a part of it. And really, by getting conscious and living a more conscious life and getting still, getting present, doing the deep work practices, that allows their health to now improve. So I changed that. My business went from chronically healthy to now becoming conscious with your health, with your well-being, with your relationships, your environment. your mental, spiritual, and emotional health, because those are all involved. So it allowed my business to transform. And now I work with clients that are truly in alignment with myself. So if you have a business or a career and it's not where you want it to be, then do practices that bring you into that more conscious state. And then you'll be able to share your gifts and have a business that truly aligns with you. And then the last thing is also with finances. If we are in a place of lack and not feeling worthy, then we're never going to be in the place where we can receive the abundance that we want. And this is something I'm still working on for myself. The scarcity wound for a lot of us is very deep, very, very deep. And we constantly compare ourselves to everyone around us. We might see somebody on social media that has so much money, that has this, that has that. And we compare ourselves, and then we feel lack and unworthiness. But with finances, an income and money, by becoming conscious, it allows me to notice that. To notice where I put my money, what I provide, how I provide value, and the energy exchange that goes with money. Because what we want to receive, we have to give out. So if I put my money into something that truly resonates with me, then that increases the likelihood of somebody that I really resonate with investing into me. And that comes from getting still and present and working on that lack of worthiness and self-love within yourself, so that you can show up and give in the way that you want to and receive in the way that you want to too, because that's the flow of the universe. It's this giving and receiving when you're in alignment. So if you haven't tried breathwork yet, it's definitely something to try. I do somatic release breathwork. That is what I am a facilitator in. And this video was really about becoming more conscious, but what allowed me to become more conscious was breathwork and sitting with myself. Also meditation, but breathwork is really the main thing that allowed me to stop running from my mind and start going within and listening to my intuition and being more aware and present in my everyday life. If you haven't tried breathwork yet, definitely something to try. And if you need more guidance with it, I have other videos that give you the tools to start incorporating breathwork into your life. And if you ever want to do it one-to-one with me, just check out the links below. I have an online group session coming up, and I also do one-to-one sessions so that you can start learning about this more. And just check out my other videos, as there are guided practices. And this will really allow you to start living a more conscious life, start being more aware, more focused, and living in alignment with your mission here, your purpose. Because that's what we're really here to do, is share our gifts that we've been instilled with. We have all the answers that we could ever need inside of us. We just have to uncover them. And we can use these tools like breathwork in order to do it. If you enjoy this video, please like, comment, and make sure that you subscribe, because I'm going to be coming at you with so much good information and knowledge that I'm just channeling down and giving to you. Sending you my love. Peace.